Hello, and welcome to your favorite YouTube channel, Be the True Rich. My name is Michael. If this is your first time here, please like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to get notifications when I post my new videos. And also follow us on Twitter at Be the True Rich and on Instagram at Be the True Rich. Thank you. We're still on the Change series, and today we'll be talking about gambling. This is a very serious issue we have in the world today, where people think that the rich are gamblers. People think the rich gamble. People think the rich take unnecessary risks in form of gambling. I'm sorry to inform you, the rich are not gamblers. In fact, it's almost like if you find anybody with a gambling attitude in life, directly or indirectly, financially or non-financially related, they tend to be poor people. The minute I see a gambler, I see a poor person. When I'm talking about gambling, I'm not just talking about the lotto, the casinos, and all sorts. I'm talking about gambling with your finances, gambling with your money. Yeah. A lot of us in our everyday lives, we gamble with our money. The rich don't gamble with their money. I tell people, instead of a rich person to go gamble with 100 naira to win 1 million naira with their money, they would rather go to the gambling company or go to the gambling kiosk and liaise with the owner of the kiosk to either buy a new computer or something they need in the kiosk there that will guarantee him 5,000 naira at the end of the month. Yes, that is how the rich think. The rich don't gamble their money. A rich person is sure and satisfied with earning 5,000 naira at the end of the month that is sure to earn than gambling to earn 1 million naira in 30 minutes or 30 seconds. It doesn't make sense to the rich. The rich don't gamble. Yes, in your mind, you're thinking, I know this person gambles, I know that person gambles. They don't gamble with their money. No, they don't gamble. They don't. Gambling is not part of the rich. No, the rich are risk takers. Yes, quite all right. But there's something that is called calculated risk, not foolish risk.
Get the best deals on all items on spree.africa. Shop now.
A rich person can tell you, if I go into this venture, I'm bound to make from 100 naira to 500 naira. So it means that if I spend 60 naira in this venture, even if my profit is 40 naira, it is something for me than moving into risky avenues and risky ventures like Ponzi's. The rich do not participate in Ponzi's. The rich do not participate in up and down business. They don't do it. A rich person wants to be sure at the end of the day what to expect, contingencies to put in place, just in case this does not fall in place or that does not fall in place the way it was projected, and not putting their life on a scale of 1 to 100. Each time you gamble, I'm sorry, no matter what the odds is, I always see it as 99 to 100. 99 not in your favor and 1% in your favor. The rich are not gamblers. They don't gamble with their money. They prefer to take 5 years to work on something that would make them billionaires for the rest of their life than to take 30 minutes with a ticket or with something that would just overnight. And that is why you find out that the rich, when they become rich, it is very difficult to lose the money. But gamblers lose their money immediately the money comes into their pocket. It is gone. Yes, the rich build ventures and avenues to keep the money working harder and harder every day to make more money for them. The rich are not gamblers. Yes, the rich partake in very high risk businesses, but like financial intelligence will teach you, the higher the risk is not the higher the reward though, is the higher the education you need to get the reward. Yes, the higher the risk for you, the higher you need to be educated in that thing you want to get into, so that you can beat the risk down to a minimum. The reason a lot of people lose the money they put in different ventures is because they were expecting to catapult money out of it immediately. Some way, somehow, this thing will work. The rich don't do some way, somehow. The rich take their time to study, to understand, to educate themselves. If you say Forex is risky, they take their time to learn about Forex. If you say Bitcoin is risky, they take their time to learn about Bitcoin. If you say owning corporations is risky, they take their time and resources to learn about how to manage huge corporations so that they can build it. A rich person prefers cash flow than capital gains. They prefer to know that they have 1 naira flowing into their pockets every day after all expenses made, than having in the wind that, oh, I'm just going to miraculously, maybe somehow, make 1,000 naira from this venture. The rich take risk. In fact, they're the biggest risk takers in the world, but they don't gamble. And that is why the rich always use things like insurance in every venture they are in. They look for ways to insure, to make sure that I don't lose out on this. I don't lose out on this. Am I saying the rich don't lose money? They do, but they don't lose it while gambling. No, they don't gamble. A rich person wants to be sure of little drops falling into their pocket at the end of every venture than just looking up the sky and believing and waiting and expecting that something will just happen, because they used one small 100 naira to do one small thing and they believe that with it they will get 1,000,000 naira. No, the rich don't do that. The rich don't do that. The rich are not greedy people. If you remember in my video I spoke about, they're not greedy people. They prefer to bring in people to make the plan work than they dream and end up losing all the money. If a rich person wants to go into any venture, they study about the venture. They learn about the pros and the cons of the venture, the do's and the don'ts of the venture before they eventually take a step into it. And sometimes this thing takes years to study. A poor person just hears, oh, there's this venture happening now and there's so much money to make from it. People are cashing out and they just push all their money into it. Ponzi, gambling is not for the rich. And that is why you see poor people jumping from one venture to the other. They are never focused. They're never trying to make anything work. They just believe they are entitled to just wake up and all of a sudden everything is solved. That is not the mentality of the rich. The rich are not gamblers. If you're a gambler, you need to sit back and ask yourself, what are you gambling for? Or what are you gambling against? Because the chances of you having anything come out of a bet you gamble is 1 to 99. 99 odds against you. The rich are not gamblers. If you want to be rich, you need to stop gambling. Take your time, focus on what you're learning, focus on what you're doing, get better at it with time, and with time, yes, it would appreciate. With time, all your hard work will pay off. With time, all the things you've invested, sacrificed, they will begin to pay off bit by bit. It is better you have little drops falling in than you just believe you just throw everything and lose everything. And in some cases they'll say, nah, luck. Timley said in his book, Why You Act the Way You Do, he said, I don't believe in luck, but I have a definition for luck. Luck is when opportunity meets readiness. So the rich people always get themselves ready for the opportunity, so that when it comes, that is luck. If you're not ready, it becomes a disaster. And you just find yourself on the same thread of gambling over and over and over and losing. Gambling, you win this, you lose this, you win this, you lose this, and you continue all your life until you find out you wasted all your time doing nothing. The rich are not gamblers. If you want to be rich, stop gambling. Focus on one thing. The poor say, don't put your eggs in one basket. The rich says, put your eggs in one basket and watch the basket. And take your time, watch the basket. Grow it. Oh, I want to diversify. The poor people diversify mysteriously. Rich people are focused. Rich people focus on one thing. When they get it done, they can then face another or diversify into other things. They don't gamble. They don't say, oh, I'm doing this, doing this, doing this, doing this. Maybe one of them will work out. They don't do that. They persevere. The strong-spirited people, the rich. So if you ever want to be rich, you need to drop your gambling habit. Gambling friends, gambling relationships, All those are gambles that you don't know. You're around toxic people all the time, and you think some way, somehow, a miracle will happen around you, and your circle is so wrong. Nah, I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. So if you want to be rich, stop gambling and focus. Get your acts right, focus, and you're definitely going to be rich. Thanks for watching this video. If this is your first time here, please like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell to get notifications when I post my new videos. Thank you. Stay blessed. Bye bye.
No more worries over grocery items. Get your items delivered to your doorstep in 24 hours. Shop now on Spree.Africa.